all this stuff with a budget of just, $1 million, especially when you have fucking Kurt Russell. Just Kurt Russell alone, doing this film for you, obviously. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these people, they really believed in the script, right? And then a lot of them had read his, because he's a novelist and he's done a couple other Western things and along the lines of this. And I think they were just like, yo, this guy just knows how to write. He's a really good storyteller. And of course, this is his directorial debut, but we've gotten, I think, 3 other films from him, which is Brawlin' Cell Block 99, Dragged Across Concrete, and the Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. He actually wrote that. He didn't direct it though, which was good. So he's obviously established a career and he's keeping going. So I think he's really good, and this movie is incredible. It was incredible that this was his first outing, because it definitely doesn't feel like a newbie film, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it feels like a seasoned director did this. It feels like you can feel like for his debut, he knew this movie was ready to go. Like, oh yeah, being a novelist, you know what I mean. And you can feel from the characters that this movie is ready to go, especially for Kurt Russell. Imagine how exciting for Kurt Russell, where that fool's like, oh yeah, I get to do Tombstone all over again, but like with horror elements. Like, it's probably exciting, dude. It was probably really exciting for them to walk into seeing that script. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell that he had a plan and he knew what he wanted to film.
Definitely.
It's just a matter of time before, like, he probably releases another big film, dude. I think this one's highly underrated. Very highly. I think it's because he's not really a known director. I mean, I know, Wes, you love the Cell Block, Brawlin' Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm about halfway through Drag Across Concrete. So, and that one's really good too. I really like that one so far.
Yeah, he's but I think he's definitely, like Anaris was saying, he is definitely underrated. Like, if you're not a movie head, you're not going to know who this guy is. But I think that over time he will. It's just a matter of like when
people will start catching on.
Yeah. Whether it's just going to be whether or not he's going to ever kind of dip his feet into like more mainstream, or just stick to this cult, like the cult stuff that he obviously loves, Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, you can very much make that. Like, look at Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez. Like, their movies are very
you
much...
You can make a career out of it, yeah.
Yes, you can.
their movies are very... Their movies have that underground feeling, but since they're so big... Loved, yeah. I think definitely if this guy went mainstream, it would still work. Like, honestly, like, it would still work. Like, there would be no issues. He looks like that he would still have the underground feeling to a mainstream feel, so it would still work. Like, there's no way it wouldn't, you know what I mean, in my opinion. I wonder how, like, low-budget directors, or directors who are used to filming, like, low-budget films with a minimal, budget and stuff, how they feel, like, when they get, like, a big movie and, like, it's, like, 20 times more the budget than they're used to filming with. I wonder how that feels, like, if it's overwhelming, or you're just like, okay, now I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's gotta be kind of like overwhelming. I just think they know what they need, you know what I mean? You have to be really good at knowing what you need for the movie, and that will alone, you'll know what you need for props, settings, what lens you need to buy out for the movies. Right. This guy, obviously, like I said, he knew what he was doing with just $1 million and all these actors. Like, honestly, they're not low-budget actors, dude. No, not at all. I think they're just waiting. They're all, like, high-budget actors are just waiting for another movie they want to do with this guy. Probably, dude. Most likely. I have that feeling that they'll all chase down his movies and want to be, what is it called? Like, audition for the movie and stuff. They're just waiting, dude. Dude, how about
what was it, Deputy Nick? How about that kill, man?
Oh wow, Nick was a cool. He seemed. It's funny because the way they portray everybody, you wouldn't have thought Nick. I feel like they kind of portray him as the young kind of badass, and then he's just kidnapped and disappears for most of the film, and then he comes back and he's like sick and kind of not himself, and then he just gets eaten alive pretty much.
Yeah, gnarly scene.
Yeah, probably I would say that's the iconically gnarly scene from the entire movie. You know, where
split in half, like literally split in half.
Well, before that, he's scalped alive.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
With his friends watching.
I think what made it worse was they fucking took the scalp off and then they shoved it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Made him eat it.
I was like, fuck. Like, not only is that gross, but you're gonna die, bro. And I was like, holy shit. I really started, my eyes started opening there, and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, I feel like I'm playing Outlast or something. Just some brutal shit happening.
Yeah, and then
you know what I mean?
They spin him upside down as if he didn't get enough done to him, and they just annihilate his private
nether regions.
Yeah.
And not only that, Kurt Russell holds the bars of the fucking thing, and they chop his fucking finger off, dude.
Yeah,
because he's trying to get out to save him.
Yeah, that was insane. I think anybody who watches like the last 45 minutes of this movie are gonna they'll instantly like, fuck, dude, like this movie's insane.
They're like, what am I watching?
It might. It could potentially lead to like people shutting it off or just
right
not finishing it. Like
I can imagine like you know, someone walking in as you're watching that scene. Like what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, my sister walked in like recently during the fucking just Patrick Wilson having sex with his wife part. And she was like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's a movie. It's a movie. You know? It was like, oh, man.
Oh, he's like his leg, she's like trying not to hurt his leg and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's do this the right way. Is that supposed to be a criticism?
Yeah.
Man, if that was me, I would have slapped the shit out of him for that, man. Let's do this the right way. Like, how about we don't do this at all? Fucking Patrick Wilson.
I really liked his character in this, though, even though he was so determined to get his wife back, even though he's literally walking, doing everything with one leg.
He was the one that can't do shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he ends up he kills 3 or 4 of them by the end.
Yeah, probably more than anyone. He just fucking murks all of them.
Yeah, he's like a sneaky crippled.
I like the aspect of him being very religious, where he's kind of talking to God through the entire film. Pretty much.
That was really cool. I like that aspect. How he, as he's crawling around, or like when he sees the the ritual burial ground, and he's like, "Are you seeing this?"
Yeah.
He's like, "This is the time I need you." Right. Of all the times, this is the time. I think he was spinning in circles and looking at the sky and shit. And he was talking to God, dude. Some people have that. They once they do it, they get enlightened. You know what I mean? I think that's what happened to him. I think he probably didn't feel hurt for a second. It became a certain willpower.
He took that opium.
That opium drink, yeah.
Which probably numbed.
He passed out standing up.
Yeah, it probably numbed his whole leg. But I think had they, what was cool was Franklin, Kurt Russell's character was like, we need to cut off your leg so you don't get gangrene. And Arthur O'Dwyer, he's like, Patrick Wilson's like, no, you're not taking my leg, it's my choice, no. And I think had they done that, he would have been immobilized and probably not moved.
Yeah.
Would have died a wolf or something in the desert or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. Everything was all planned out, very to detail in the movie. Like you could obviously tell. Like there was nothing really missed. Like there's nothing like, oh, I found a loophole or something. There's no loopholes in this movie. Like everything for a reason.
I liked Patrick Wilson's reaction when he wakes up after they reset his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he wakes up because I know he was thinking that they probably cut it off when he passed out. And he wakes up and he sees it in a splint and it's all set and everything. And you can see like the relief on his face. And he's just like, oh, okay. And he kind of lays back down again like, okay, I still have both my legs, so I'm okay.
When he falls down that hill right after that, I was really afraid. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you just said it and you did that?
Yeah, that looked so painful.
You just set your leg and you gonna fall all fucked up like that, dude?
He's like, goddamn, what do you say, goddamn crutch or whatever he said?
Yeah.
Or goddamn slope.
Yeah.
What else about this movie, guys? Anything else that like really stuck out to you?
I liked how they handled those two strangers situation, dude. I just realized like they just immediately felt danger from two dudes like rolling up on them in the hills, dude.
Yeah.
I liked how they immediately handled that, dude.
Well,
that shit was.
I mean, that was more Bruder just taking it upon himself, and then everybody gets mad at him. Yeah. So, do you think that they were thieves,
I honestly think they were thieves because,
man, people just don't roll in hills and then walk straight towards you, dude. They were thieves.
Yeah, exactly. Because Franklin or Sheriff Franklin was like, you know, you're not a friend. You don't just sneak up onto someone's camp in the dark and not announce yourself.
Dude, those three characters, Patrick Wilson, Bruder, and Frank, were smart ass people, dude. For at that time and era, how they had to heal themselves, how they had to rely on instinct, and how they set themselves up. Basically, they backpacked, dude. They went to go backpacking, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking backpacked to find the where these troglodytes were. That was sick, dude. I kind of want to do that shit in real life. I just hope I don't find troglodytes like that. But yeah, dude, I want to do some shit like that. This movie like definitely inspires me more without the horror side. So that's cool, dude.
To answer the question, I think they were thieves because Bruder was pretty on point with it because he was like they were a scouting party.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when they leave to find a new campsite, I guess they tracked them or something. And then Bruder's getting stabbed in the middle of the night.
If you guys could talk about a favorite scene, what would you guys say it was?
Do you have one, Wes? I'm trying to think of one.
There's so many. I really do like the intro because they're it's kind of like the most unlikely cameo duo ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you're just like, what? And it really just kind of sets the tone for the entire movie. But I remember that's what really stood out to me. Like, yo, they really got these guys to work together. Like, I never would have thought of that, you know.
And they were just playing themselves, dude. Like, they were so good. That's a good scene, dude. Honestly.
Yeah. Or I really love when because this film, what it does is it really kind of it does a great job at keeping the troglodytes a secret until about the third act. So you go through most of the movie and you don't really get to see very much of them until they're, they capture Franklin and what's his name? Chicory, yeah. And then their cave is kind of revealed and everything and what they're all about and so. Yeah, I would say maybe when they finally reveal like the troglodytes hideout, that's another one that's really effective in this story, I think.
I liked O'Dwyer when he fakes that he's sleeping.
Yeah.
And then one of the troglodytes hits his arrow or shoots an arrow at his hat, and the arrow's like on a rock or